Hey everybody, Jeremy here with the Practical IT channel. This video is going to start a new series where we're going to build some different projects off from Ubuntu server. And so just as a reference video, I want to do an Ubuntu server install. So we're at the ubuntu.com page and we will go to option 2, manual server installation. And download Ubuntu server, and it will kick off the installer. I'm going to cancel this. I've already downloaded it. So once we've got the ISO image, we're going to open up VirtualBox. And today I'm using Windows 11 and VirtualBox on Windows 11. So we're going to go to New, give it a name, Ubuntu server, Linux, and Ubuntu. We'll give it 8 gigs of RAM. We'll give it the default 10 gig virtual hard drive, which will be fine for what we're going to do. We're going to go into settings. Under system, turn off the floppy drive and give it at least one additional processor. Enable PAE NX. Display we can leave alone. Storage. Click on your virtual optical disk and then the disk icon again. Choose create. Add. There's our Ubuntu install. Open. Choose. Now, one additional thing we need to do is select our virtual hard drive and set it to a solid state drive. Now, if you've got a spinning drive, you don't want to do this. But this machine is all solid state all the time and it's all good. We'll move to network and change that to bridged. Audio we can turn off because it's a VM and it's a server VM. So from that point we can say OK and start to kick off the installer. I will be fast forwarding through some of this, so stay tuned to the end if you want to hear a little bit more about plans for this series and what we're going to do with some of these Ubuntu lab type activities that will build off from this image. Okay, we're going to mostly accept the defaults going through this. And done. Done. No proxy. Mirror address is fine. We're going to use the entire disk. We're not going to use LVM for the purposes of this particular install. Done. And done again. Continue. Now I'm going to do something a little bit different with this. I'm going to give it a generic username. And a server name. Again, we're going to call the username user. And we'll give it a generic password. Don't know how those don't match. Okay, it's happy now. Install OpenSSH. We're going to skip the snaps. And we'll let this run through. I'll be back momentarily. Okay, we are ready to move to the next step. We can reboot the system. We can make sure we've got the virtual optical disk ejected, and then hit enter, and it will reboot into our new system. Okay, so we've reached the login prompt. The login for this particular VM is user, and the password I set to ABCD1234. Now, the reason for doing this, I am going to export this VM, I'm going to shrink it and compress it, and I'm going to make it available for all of you to download so that you can follow along with future labs and know that you're starting from the same point I'm starting from. In fact, I'm not even going to do updates on this just so you can get the full experience of building as I go through these future labs. So jump down to the description and check out the links for where you can grab the image for this VM. It will be available for VirtualBox and potentially for Proxmox VE pre-converted, and we will be using both VirtualBox and Proxmox VE as we go through these labs. This was a short video, but I wanted to have this piece available for people to refer to if they start somewhere else in the sequence of videos and be able to follow along and build and make sure that they're just going along with what we're all doing. And hopefully we will all learn something and everybody will have an easier time following along with what I'm doing if they're starting from the same base VM that I'm using. So on that note, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.